Short on cash but want to fix up your teeth? Well, why not go to a veneer tech who can give you a brand new mouth of shiny white teeth for only a few $1,000s? And heck, sometimes you can even get it done from the comfort of their living room or maybe even their basement. That sounds good and safe, right? Oh, it doesn't? Good. Yeah, it shouldn't feel good and safe. There's nothing good and safe about that. There are tons of people out there right now who are starting to take 2-day veneer courses so that they can learn how to give veneers and start a brand new career. Now, I don't know if you know this, but you cannot become a dentist in 2 days. Therefore, you should not be able to learn to give veneers in 2 days either. This topic is genuinely one of the most absurd job opportunities I have heard of in a long time. It is truly insane, and there is just so much that can go wrong with it. It is so incredibly dangerous, predatory, and not to mention literally illegal.
This guy has decay all over his teeth, and he got composite veneers placed right on top by a veneer tech. And I'm not hating on it because it's a pretty dramatic change, but yo, those are just plastered on top of decay. We don't do that. That can cause so many problems and infections.
There is a rise at the moment of people wanting to get a full mouth of veneers as a way to fix their teeth. But veneers done by a professional dentist can usually be pretty expensive. Because of this, a lot of people have started looking into cheaper options to get veneers, and a lot of people have started to look into veneer technicians, aka veneer techs, who typically offer veneers for a lot cheaper than the price of a regular dentist. Veneer techs can do a full mouth typically for a couple $1,000, whereas a fully certified trained dentist can sometimes charge up to $1,500 per single tooth. That means getting a full mouth done would just be a lot of money, and realistically not something most people could afford. Now, I do think a lot of people who have started going to veneer techs for these veneers have just forgotten the phrase, you get what you pay for. There have been so many truly awful, botched jobs coming from these veneer techs. But before we get too much into that, we should talk about what an actual veneer tech is. Because, well, first off, veneer techs are not real. Being a veneer technician is not a real job. Doesn't exist. There is no official recognized education or certifications someone can get to become someone who only does veneers. Proper veneers can only be done by a dentist who has gone to years and years of education at a proper dentistry school. So it is truly mind-blowing to me that there are people out here going to take 2-day courses to become veneer techs and then think they can give people veneers. Like, that is just not how this works. You can't do that. It honestly kind of makes me mad. It really truly does. Now let's take a look at Alist Smiles Atlanta. They not only take on patients to give them veneers, but they are also one of the biggest training programs I have been able to find that trains people how to give veneers in only 2 days. Now, thankfully, these are only composite veneers, meaning that they don't need to shave down their teeth or use any kind of numbing agents to give these veneers, but that still doesn't fix the fact that this is literally still so wrong. Because newsflash, dentistry is not a side hustle that can be learned in 2 days. It really seems like a lot of the people who have taken this course or are interested in completing this course at some point think that becoming one of these veneer techs is similar to becoming a nail tech or a lash tech. A lot of them also seem to think that because this is composite veneers and there is no need to shave the tooth or use any kind of numbing agents, that this doesn't count as proper dental work and therefore anyone can do it. I am mind blown by this. Now, a lot of this does really depend on where in the world you live. In some places in the world, you don't need proper certifications to become a nail or lash tech and anyone can get into it. But there are also a lot of places in which nail and lash techs do actually need proper education, certification, and licenses to be able to actually run a business and work on people. And doing so without a license can be illegal. Because when you're doing work on people's bodies, you do need to be trained on how to work in a way that makes sure they are not going to get hurt in any ways. Even in terms of being a nail or a lash tech, in a lot of places you need those certifications to prove that you understand how important it is to use certain sanitization methods and just do things cleanly and safely. Because even doing nails, you could give your clients infections, or eyes especially, you could hurt people. You know, it's just important that people who do this work do it properly. And so when people are working in mouths, it's also important that they do it properly. If you have someone working in your mouth in any capacity, you want to make sure that the tools they're using are clean and sterile. And when you're going to someone's house, you're going to someone's apartment, you're going into someone's basement to get veneers done, you probably have no way of knowing whether or not they use proper sanitization methods or not. Maybe they're just washing their tools in the sink with hand soap and calling it a day. Another huge reason why anyone doing these veneers needs to be a professional dentist is because if anyone comes in to get veneers and they have any kind of pre-existing dental condition, even if it's just a simple cavity, if you go ahead and put a composite veneer on top of that cavity, it is just going to get worse, it's going to get deeper, and potentially go into your jawbone and lead to a gnarly infection. And that can lead to really severe health complications. I think a lot of people don't take into account how serious an infection in your mouth is just because of how easy it is for it to spread and become potentially life-threatening. So getting this kind of work done from a non-professional is really just not something to mess with, and it pains me that people do it. It is so dangerous and predatory, not only for the patients, but also for the people who seek out these training programs and think that they can just become a veneer tech in 2 days. Like, the businesses who are giving out these 2-day certifications are really, truly just taking advantage of people who want a brand new career opportunity and want the option of making more money with a new side hustle. They often advertise online as saying, look at how much money you can make in only 1 week if you learn how to do veneers. So take this course and it'll be a worthy investment and you'll make so much money back. And they really try to make doing veneers at home look like a valid professional career option, and they give you this pretty certificate when realistically that certificate has absolutely zero meaning behind it other than you wasted your money. But unfortunately, a lot of people do fall for it because, like I said, they're sold this dream of a new career opportunity and the possibilities to make more money. And in today's economy, people want to learn how to make more money because people need to make more money. Another huge reason why these businesses that offer 2-day veneer tech courses are super scammy and shady is that by offering these certifications and these training programs to anyone, they are literally essentially telling their students that, hey, you do this course and you'll be able to go and do veneers. But what they don't tell their students is that it's illegal to go out and do veneers without a license in most places. So in that way, they are emboldening their students to go out and break the law. It is literally illegal to practice medicine without a license. And veneers, even if there is no shaving of the teeth or numbing agents used, dentistry and composite veneers are a kind of medicine, which is why dentists who do it have to get so much education and licensing. And so anyone who goes to do this on their own is breaking the law. Now, Alist Smiles Atlanta on their website says that their training course is for anyone from new graduate students to industry experts, so that makes you think it is for people who have actually gone to school to be a dentist, right? No, that's not how it works. In their Instagram comments, they have made it very clear time and time again that literally anyone can take their course, even if you have absolutely no background in dentistry. Now, I just need to reiterate again that it is not possible to learn everything you need to know to properly and safely give people veneers in 2 days. It's not possible. The fact that the course is only 2 days is not even the worst part, but in the actual course, they use live models, meaning they let their students who haven't even finished the course yet practice giving veneers to real human beings. They haven't even finished the course yet, and they're literally letting people work in their mouth. It's absurd. Now, there are so many people out there nowadays that are starting to do these illegal veneer businesses, and we are going to take a look at a few, starting with Foreign Smile, aka the most wanted tooth fairy. And yeah, you're gonna be most wanted, that's for sure, especially when you get arrested for illegal dentistry. This one even says self-taught, not a dentist. Who wants someone with no formal education? Self-taught makes me think they didn't even go to one of these shady, scammy training courses. Self-taught? Who is going to this? Clearly a lot of people are. It's so insane. It just blows my mind so much. Now, I know professional dental work is not cheap, but the odds are that going to one of these unqualified idiots offering veneers is probably going to leave you off needing to spend way more money in the long run to fix the damage that something like this can cause. Because there is just so much that can go wrong from this, and we're actually going to get to all that in just a moment, but first we're going to look at one more of these veneer tech businesses that someone is clearly running out of their home. We are going to look at Tooth Fairy's 901 Memphis Veneer Tech, who not only does veneers and veneer training, they also will remove your braces. When I was doing research for this video, I was really in shock that there are so many people out there who are willing to remove braces that were put on by a professional orthodontist. Now, I know going to an orthodontist is very expensive, but I don't know. I feel like you shouldn't mess with your braces, and like you should probably pay to go to a real orthodontist to have them removed, instead of just going to someone who's gonna rip them off with pliers in their living room. Now, not only are there people out there who will remove braces that were put on by a professional orthodontist, there are actually people out there who will put on braces. Now, they are not in any way a real orthodontist, but they sure will glue some braces to your teeth and call it a side hustle.
This post is leaving people with their mouths wide open tonight. A Jacksonville woman advertising for deeply discounted braces, which she puts on you at her own home. We checked state databases and found the woman is not licensed as a dentist or an orthodontist, but she's getting the attention of those who are.
And this is just the biggest recipe for disaster, because moving your teeth around is no joke, and there is so much that can go wrong, including maybe even your teeth literally falling out. Orthodontics is not something people can learn to do themselves, and not something that can be done at home. And some people have actually been arrested for giving braces at home because orthodontics, which is what giving braces is a kind of medicine. And practicing medicine without a license is illegal, and in a lot of places, it is a felony. It really seems like a lot of these veneer techs have gotten off lucky so far with the fact that I haven't been able to find any who have been arrested or charged or anything. But all it takes is one client gone wrong, a report being filed, and then that person could be, and in my opinion, should be charged and arrested for practicing medicine without a license. Now, there are just so many of these businesses out there who are offering these really short courses on how to give veneers. And all of these courses, of course, are what is helping more and more of these illegal veneer techs to pop up and start their own business doing veneers. It also seems like half the veneer techs I was able to find online who offer veneers to others also offer veneer training as well. A lot of them seem to think that just because they learned how to do veneers, they then think they are somehow qualified to teach other people how to give veneers. I don't even need to say it at this point. It's not how it works. Now, no matter how tempting it might be to go to one of these veneer techs, even if their work looks really good and it is so much cheaper than going to a real dentist, it is just never going to be worth it. They are so illegal, they're not worth the risk, and there is just so much that can go wrong. You could end up with botched ugly teeth, irritated inflamed gums, infection, decay, losing your teeth, and needing to spend way more money on more expensive treatment down the line to fix the damage. And overall, it's really just not worth it. I really hope that we do see more legislation crack down on the people who are performing these illegal veneer practices, because they really need to be stopped before they end up really hurting somebody. Now, what do you think about this whole at-home illegal veneer industry? Do you think you would ever go to someone who works out of their home to give you veneers, or would you rather go to a proper dentist? Let me know in the comments down below. But anyways, thank you so much for making it to this point in the video. I really appreciate it, and be sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed this content. I make all sorts of commentary style content about topics I'm passionate about, and this was today's. Also, reminder, I do stream over on Twitch 4 days a week. We play video games, we chat, we hang out, have a good time. So if you're interested in hanging out and chatting live at some point, drop me a follow over on Twitch. And yeah, I will see you in my next video. Bye!